the organizing team because I had an amazing time running the event, actually participating in the event in the previous year. So I really wanted to be a part of actually organizing the event.
I ran the event last year and I really thought it was a brilliant concept. The type of idea that lives on forever.
Well, I participated in the event last year, and it was probably the most memorable event I did all year. And that's saying something since I do a lot of events, and it really stuck with me.
I took part in the last 3 events. I thought it was an amazing event. I mean, the cause is almost uncomparable. But I thought that it was amazing that I could, help out in Hong Kong, give my 2 cents worth.
It's the funnest event of the year. I came to Harry last year and I said to him, sign me up, I'm gonna do this next year. I'm gonna do it because it's fun, I'm gonna do it because it's memorable, and I'm gonna do it because the cause is the most amazing thing you can do in Hong Kong.
Well, I wanted to do this because I knew it would be such a great experience to work with such a good charity.
Definitely the hardest part of being a 24-hour race organizer is not sleeping for 36 hours or something like that.
I think it was definitely dealing with the permits, not only how to get them, but whether we needed them or not.
I managed to order 65 cases of an aqua water, and that's like 1,290 bottles, and then bring it up on the peak, at like 5 a.m. in the morning.
The hardest part of the race for me this year, as an organizer, was I was actually in Nepal for the 2 weeks leading up to the event, and I felt so helpless not being able to do any of the organizing, last minute stuff. And I got off a flight at 6 a.m. on Saturday and was up at the peak by 8.
The hardest part of being an organizer, probably aside from dealing with Ollie, was, I would say, there were 2 main things that we really needed that this year were just really tough for some reason. Tents and food. Hardest part.
The hardest moment of this year's 24-hour race was not being there for the week before the race. We were away in Nepal and we were excommunicated from the rest of the group. We had no idea what was going on, even if the race was still going to happen. But we landed at 6 o'clock that morning, we got up to the peak, and we were there ready to witness the most spectacular scene ever.
Ollie. Hands down, just Ollie. In general. Everything about him. He just made the race so funny.
The funnest moment of this experience was the dance competition held at the middle of the night during the race. Everybody was having such a great time, we were all energized, ready to do it, and everybody was having the best time of their lives, running, dancing, and having fun.
I think every single meeting that the organizers had was the funniest moment for me.
The funniest moment was the night right before the race when Girish, Harry and I were opening up the boxes with all the t-shirts in it, and we realized that Ollie and Girish had ordered like so many more extra small t-shirts and extra small t-shirts, and just about like 5 or 10 mediums and like 3 large sizes, so that was pretty hilarious.
It's definitely the team leader meetings. I mean, the other team organizers, the core organizers, they're just, I want to say idiots, but they're not idiots. They're like idiot geniuses, if that's a word.
The funnest part was definitely doing Gangnam Style in front of all the runners. But best part, Harry didn't even do it.
That right there is the very best part.
I think the most memorable part of the race was, when the starting hooter went and watching everyone cross the line and just start running. I mean, that was the best part for me by far. I'm going to remember that probably the rest of my life.
The most memorable moment for me was seeing everybody and everything come together in the final moments of the race.
I really think the best part of the race was where Lee Chen and HKIS were neck and neck, and you could just see laps by lap by lap they were like pushing themselves to get first place, and immense respect to them.
I think the most memorable moment, it sounds cliche, but it was that awesome moment. There were 2. One at the start and one at the end of the race when it's all come together and you've pulled it off, and you know, it's so great to see the months of work pay off.
It was really good to see the race grow even bigger this year and for it to really be under the control of students. I feel like this is the final year where the students will be really responsible for almost every element of the race.
I really hope that it gets, you know, it expands at the rate it is and just becomes a big annual event that everyone's looking forward to. Everyone will have it in their diary, 24-hour race. You know, it's gonna be big, it's gonna be big.
I really want to see that, you know, all the local schools in Hong Kong are just as excited as the international schools are now. I want to see that hype across the board in Hong Kong.
I want to have 2 different events in 2 different continents across the world.
Next year, I really think you should all train before the race. It's actually tough. You're basically running a marathon over 24 hours.
We want to make it bigger and better than ever, so look forward to that.
As you know, this race is about raising money, raising awareness, and doing something you love to stop and try and hinder human trafficking.
Philip Holmes is what I would call a hero. You know, working with him for 2 years now, it's just so excellent to see how far he's progressed. And I really know that the money that we raise from this event will go a long way to help him in his new charity.
Philip wanted to do something more because he had felt like he did quite a bit in Nepal and had worked a lot with the Esther's Benjamin Trust, but he wanted to try something new and kind of push the boundaries. So that's why he created Freedom.
Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자, 커피 한 잔에 여유 아는 품격 있는 여자, 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자, 그런 반전 있는 여자.
Thanks for coming to this year's race and we look forward to seeing you next year.